Greetings, this is Lucian the Messenger, and you're in tune to the Conscious FM, keeping it conscious.
So how are you doing, Jammers?
Yeah, thanks for being back, inviting me back, after our last escapade, I thought I weren't going to be back again, but yeah, it seems like a long time since I've been in.
Well, you almost weren't back because Supreme, man, make Supreme talk, man. What are you saying, Supreme, man?
Are we going to let, after the Supreme?
Yeah, why not, man?
Last time, he almost ended my career last time he'd started.
Yeah, we'll make my man talk, man. Yeah, man.
Thanks for giving me permission to talk, Minty.
Well, it is my show, Precious, so I mean, I wait for permission to talk on yours. I don't just grab the mic.
The way you said, yeah, let him talk.
Positive talk with the motivation, African upliftment on the radio station. Ras Minty giving you the education global and across the nation.
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, man, fantastic.
Yeah, man, thanks for doing again, Supreme's doing some fabulous works, fixing up the door so that we can be safe and secure in the studio. So enough respect to the man Carl Supreme. So, Mr. Jammers,
boom.
What are we going to talk about today, my brother?
Boom.
Okay, we're going to talk about boom. Whatever that means.
Well, whatever you want to take it, I don't mind.
No.
The energy goes, really.
Yeah.
It's that time again. The motivation upliftment on the FM. Ras Minty positive message him a send. So go and tell your family and all of your friends. Original editor representing the Ras Minty.
Yes, Jammers.
Yes,
how have you been, brother?
I've been extra busy. I'd like to just thank everybody who's been supporting the book on Etymology. It's gone off the chain at the moment. I'm even finding it hard to keep up myself, but everybody's bought the book. We've had interest from Scotland, also Sheffield, Bristol, America. So there's been it's overwhelming support towards the book, and that's what it's all about. We need to develop products that we can make ourselves millions, and the book has that potential.
I love them talk, brethren. Develop products that we make ourselves, and that's just so important. I'm very much into that aspect of us doing for self, man.
Yeah, I also done the first lecture I done on etymology is now on the Speakers Club YouTube channel. So if anybody who doesn't know or wants to hear a bit about me, you can go to Speakers Club on the YouTube channel and see first of all a lecture on etymology as well, to see what it's all about. Yeah, that's it really. And I was at Galaxy actually as well yesterday, speaking to the great Dr. Abu Tata. So I was with him as well. So it's all been really, really, really busy.
Yeah, I just realised Abu's supposed to call in, and that's
yes,
right,
Supreme.
isn't it, man?
I know, yes. I was given a grilling as well by Supreme and Dougie on SLR, so it's been quite a busy week. I'm still recovering from that interview on relationships. That's also on the Speakers Club channel.
Yeah, I just realised Abu's supposed to be calling in, man.
Right, okay.
Goodness. I'm going to tell him to call in a bit later, man, because what Abu's going to talk about is he's got a court case coming on November the 6th. Now, as you know, bro, both of you know, because I know you posted it in the group, Supreme. For me, Abu's case is representative of us all as community radio stations. If he loses, we all lose, as far as I'm concerned, bro.
Yep.
So I just think it's important that we give him a support. He's from Galaxy Radio. We're all family here. Conscious, Galaxy, Amiga, Supreme. We're all family. SLR, we're all family, and we must work and support each other. We're not fighting against each other in any way. So we're going to try and get Abu on the phone later on, man. Definitely.
Yeah,
and then we'll get him to just explain about the court case, why they've tried to pressure him, and what we can do to support him. Because when you support Abu, who's a great representative of Galaxy Radio, the community radios in London,
yes,
and what you can do to support him so that we can show a unified front. We have to come together on this. The true king.
Definitely, we have to create our own, our own reality, and legality is really the power to create your own reality. So basically, this is the time where us as a community have to come out and show support, because we have the right to speak, we have the right to develop our mind, and the society has said that they're incapable of policing our youth, and educational systems are failing our youths as well. So they have actually really put it in our own hands. So we have to take power by assuming power, and how we can do that is coming out on November the 6th, 9 o'clock, and giving Abu Ratata and Galaxy FM a full show of community support. Forget about Black Friday and all the other things. This is real. Our power of speech is now threatened. Our well-being and our right to define ourselves is being threatened, and it's all for one and one for all. Because if his right is taken away, our right is taken away.
Once again, this is the Rise to Occasion show with Raz Minty, Supreme just passing through. As you can hear, we have Jammers here in the studio. He's written a book on etymology, and we're just discussing the case of Dr. Abu from Galaxy Radio, one of the platforms out there for black radio and black talk. As you know, in the UK, Shabba actually made a record about us.
Really?
They might call us pirates.
Yes, true.
They might call us illegal broadcasters because we play what the people want.
Yes.
It's very unique for a Jamaican artist to talk about what's actually happening in the UK.
That's right. I never looked at it like that.
I think it was Shabba, Coca T. I can't remember. Is it the two brothers as well? We're in Brian and Tony Gold, I think.
Right.
Yeah, Brian and Tony Gold. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But you remember they made that record about the scene in the UK.
Right.
Because we're playing and we're doing what the people want to hear and do.
There's something going around on the social media about the pirates as well. Have you seen it? What it's about?
No. What's that about?
No. I just saw there's like a documentary or something on pirates on the UK.
The program about the community radio stations and the history of it. Right. Yeah, man, we can touch on that. I've spoken about it, but we can touch on that if you want.
Yeah, but as I was saying earlier, is that this is key that we come out of a community. It's not talking is not required. We need a show of numbers, a show of strength for us to come out and support Abu Ratata Galaxy. It's not even about that. It's about us as a people now. Our freedom of speech is being threatened by the so-called authorities. We're never actually told us that they can't police and control our youth, they can't educate our youth and they put it into the hands of the parents to take control of the youth. Well, we have to take control of our right to define our reality, and the first step is by coming out on November the 6th, a show of strength in support of our right to have freedom of speech, to develop ourselves as a community, because the general society is not developed on us as a community. Society decides to show us every newspaper with negative images, throughout the newspaper, throughout the filming industry. There's not a proper or a wholesome representative of us as a people, and this is one of the major causes of the problems that we have as a community, that the society that's supposed to be governing us is actually mismanaging its role that it should fulfill.
And this has been going on for years and years and years, bro. It's not like nothing new, is it? And I wanted to play it. By the way, Abu will be calling in at 9 o'clock, so we'll just talk about this and maybe till he calls. But someone put up a post about a racist white woman just ranting. Every other word was nigger. Now, the person said, let's listen to this. And I'm going, why are we spending energy listening to this foolishness? We must be focusing on ourselves. And this is kind of what we have so much pressure from society. We don't need to focus on it. We need to recognize what we can do for ourselves, bro. And this is what I'm getting at, man. Go on, Supreme.
One of the things that you got to realize with media is the distraction.
That's right.
That is a distraction.
Big distraction.
So if we're all focused on something, as let's say, we could say minor, then we know there's something else going on in the background. There's something else. So if we're all distracted, you understand? Because I noticed that news and media is like that. You know, when it comes to they put something else that everybody goes one way, while something else is happening another way.
Absolutely right,
you know?
bro. And
when it comes to, I mean, it's very funny how Donald Trump actually coined the phrase "fake news," and every minute he's on Twitter. But it goes to show you that they can fuel out messages while there's another agenda going on. So we as that's why
Africans.
Let's say
you can say it, Supreme.
No,
it's okay.
No, I'm saying as grassroots radio station, we should be getting the real news to the grassroots. What's actually
Absolutely,
happening?
King.
So this is one of the reasons why we need stations like this, and also Galaxy. When you hear Abu and when Abu talks, because we hear what's happening in our community from us, for us, by us.
That's right, bro. That's right. And I think that all this is just, as you said, it's a distraction, and that's exactly how I see it. And I think that what's happening with Abu is just there to take our energy. They're always trying to take our energy away from us, man. What Galaxy and stations like Concious do, and Amiga and Supreme, SLR do, are fantastic, as you said, works for the grassroots community. And we have to support this brother in his situation at this moment, man, 100%. So anyway, Abu's going to be calling at 9 o'clock. And we'll look forward to hearing from what he's got to say. Jammers?
Yeah, and I'd just like to endorse what both of you have said. We have to come and support, because just imagine there was no radio stations. This is our essential lifeline for our mentality, our brain, and our development. And this is how we communicate message. This is our culture line. Because if we didn't have this vehicle or this platform for people to pass through, you know, this will be our supply we'd be broken. So it's essential. Forget about Black Friday. You know, this is the essential that we've got to come out on Monday. You know, make it Monday. So we have to define our reality by coming out in numbers, because, as I said, so the most of the media is a distraction to keep us. You've got freedom. Just like when they freed the slaves, you know, they free you with nothing. So you're the master of nothing. In the word freedom, you've got the word dom. Dom means to master, like as in the word dominate. You know, dominate or dominion, and it's also dom relating to your brain. So freedom means to master, being free, but free to do what? So now if we look at the word known, in the word known is no ownership. So what they've given you freedom to know nothing, freedom to master nothing by giving you a distraction, freedom of the known, that means no ownership. So everything, even like social media, is all a distraction to keep you away from ownership, and that's what we need to do. We need to have ownership. The first step is to come out on November the 6th, Monday, because you need to have the right to speak. It is a human right, and you have to have the right to speak, and we need the right to speak and have a medium where we can speak for ourselves.
That's essential, Bridget, and that's what we're talking about, and that's exactly what we're doing here. It's promoting our agenda in our way to serve our people without apology, man. And that is the problem. They don't want us to have our own voice, and that's why they put pressure on stations like people like Abu, and on Galaxy, and on this station, and on you know, the other great stations out there who are promoting a very positive and powerful message for our people. Yeah, man, but you know,
and you have to sort of wonder why, you know, it's come to the attention that they have to do this maneuver, because if they're basing it on a law, but they're not looking at the, because in law, the proof of evidence is first is the legality, but the second is the service to humanity, you see. And if they're jumping on this, they're not looking at the service that these stations are doing to the community, you know. And this is a essential requirement in law. Is it a service to humanity? And this is a huge service to humanity. What we are doing at the radio stations.
Absolutely, and that's how we have to present this thing when we go to the court to support Abu, that it's actually a positive service to humanity. But Abu's going to wax much more lyrical on that. My name is Ras Minty. This is the Rise to the Occasion show on Conscious Radio. If you want to call or text in, well, the calls are going to be... We're going to manage somehow with the calls, man. If you want to text or call in, the number is 07539 602 999 07539 602 999. Now, hold on, bro. Hold on, Supreme. I heard you talking about music before. I heard you talking about music before. Yeah. What were you talking about? What was?
No, we were talking about Abu's case, and I just said it's quite interesting that Shabba, Cockatee, and Tony and Brian Gold made that track about what was happening in the UK.
What, Pirates Anthem?
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying it's just amazing how that we are making an impact. But the lyrics, you hear what the lyrics were actually saying. We're playing what the people want to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're doing what the people want to hear.
But hear the joke with that song, man, and it's not a joke. It's quite profound, actually. That it was only the commercial community stations that were playing Shabba Ranks, as you know, King. It wasn't getting played on Radio 1 or nothing like that. When Shabba first come to England, they said there was 2,000 people waiting for him there, you know.
Wow.
2,000 people waiting for Shabba, and when people heard this, the music people heard this, they go, "Oh, this! You never heard of him? Who is he?"
Right.
And that's why he did the song Pirates Anthem, because it's a credit to the radio stations who were pushing Shabba's message, basically Shabba's message, Shabba's music, and that's what made Shabba big. It was all the stations like this, like Galaxy, like SLR and Station FM, whatnot. Those stations made him big.
So what do you think, like, it is? What is different from like a station that is grassroots from the mainstream stations? What do they give to the community?
Well, you know, if you remember watching that program, King, it's quite simple. The music that we want to hear, the conversations that we want to hear, they're not talking about. They're talking about the social, political, economical situation for Europeans. They're not including us in anything they say. So what we did and this is a testament to us as African people, brethren, as black people, we're always trying to manifest for we own things, man. And that's what the radio station represents. It represents us bringing our culture to the forefront musically and through weird sound as well.
One of the other things that you've got to realise with radio stations like this, there are no what we call playlisted music, right, where music is playlisted, that an actual radio presenter can only play at a certain catalogue what the radio station is actually telling them to play. Now I think they have A and B playlists. Am I correct? And what also happens where we have an advantage is that it's about the royalties. With them, it's about they have to pay PRS, MCPS, and the royalties. Where the thing that we've got is that we're more in touch with the artist itself. We not have to go through that channel of a media company that's going to be promoting an artist and telling you, well, this is how we want to bring our arts out. I remember back in the day, if you look on our culture as black music, we went to the record shops and we bought music that we liked.
That's right, bro. That's
we're
right.
not going to be given music where we're going to be force-fed, because most of the times those radio stations are based on, the commercial ones, are just playing repetitive over and over again. That there's tunes that you don't even like, but it becomes what they call an earworm in your ear. You know, it becomes in your memory bank, and you'll be singing Boy George. You know what I mean? And Wham.
No, we wouldn't be singing any of those songs. I think Supreme's leaving now anyway. That's she's cute to leave. No, don't be coming in here with them foolishness, man. Leave that on your own show, mate. You're dealing with, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, we hear your point, Supreme. I mean, I think that to me, it's all about an expression of ourselves as black people, which we're not hearing in the media.
And I think what it is, Supreme touched on the key, even forgetting about his Boy George, whatever he likes. But he's touched on some key elements. This is basically, you know, we're being forced we've been forced to adopt a culture it's imposing itself on us.
Absolutely, bro.
You know, and at the same time, the same culture is complaining that there's no jobs and there's no opportunities to develop us. You know, so we are actually providing a service where we actually developing ourselves, providing opportunities for the community, giving them a place where they can express themselves, opening their minds to constructive thoughts, giving them a way to think and express their ideas, and also artists that do not get the opportunities through maybe lack of funding or are able to get recognition and a fair time to have their ability expressed through the media of the grassroots radio stations.
Yeah, man, it's as I say, this case is really it's about us being able to express our own voice, and I can't emphasize that enough, brethren. You know, and this is what this radio station is doing. It's when it first come out here, 2007, it was promoting strictly conscious music. Not that it doesn't anymore, but it still was doing that, and that was, to me, was a very important statement, because there's a certain audience who love that type of music, and we're appealing to that audience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the message which is created by us, for us, is the most important message that we have to be pushing every single time.
And as I said again, well, you know, when it comes, people shouldn't be frightened of expressing their views or how they feel about this situation. They shouldn't be frightened of turning up in front of a law court, because it's supposed to be the place where you make your case. And I said, there's a key part of evidence is human interest, public interest. So you've got the legality, whichever that might mean, because that's like the power to define your own reality. But then the key part of evidence is public interest. And in that case, this is where the law courts can get defeated, because if we can prove it's in the public interest to have us as a community have the freedom to express ourselves through grassroots channel, this is how we can win this case for ourselves.
Yeah, it's of the greatest importance, man, that we win it. And as I said, Abu will be calling in about 8 minutes, and he will be explaining to the audience what the case is about and what we can do as Africans to support Galaxy Radio. Because as I said at the top of the show, and I want to emphasize, what Abu and Galaxy Radio, when they attack Galaxy, they attack all community radio stations, and they're attacking us. We have to support and defend them every single time, jammers.
And that's right. If we can go to war for somebody else, if we can wear designer clothes that somebody else has provided, if we can eat other people's the food that, and we put products in our hair that somebody else has given us, we must be able to rise and do something for ourselves. So if you can spend your energy doing something for somebody else, invest in their products, you must be able to contribute a little of your time for your own self-development. So this is what we're all asking you to do, is develop yourself, not even for yourself, for your next generation. You know, giving them the power to speak or the power to express themselves or express their talents by coming out on November the 6th.
Yes. Do you want to say something, Supreme?
No. Well, I just...
No.
Just clearing my throat.
Okay.
just interesting that we're in Black History Month, and once again we're talking about music and the case of Abu. I just wanted to just to go back to Shabba, and am I jumping around now? No, I just looked at, and the reason why I say this is there's a big connection here. Shabba Ranks went on a show called The Word. You know The Word? Mark Lamar asked him some questions, and he
was in relation to Buju Banton.
Yeah, with Buju Banton. From that, Shabba's career never...
That's right.
Never was right again.
It plummeted.
Now, the point that I'm trying to make, because we're getting to Abu's case here, was there's certain gentlemen who, after that, took up the case, calling reggae music murder music. Mm-hmm. What had happened in the UK, there was a lot of... what would say? They were banning artists from coming from Jamaica. Same artists coming over here saying that the music that they was saying was murder music. Now, the point I'm trying to make, there was a demonstration at the Home Office, right? And I've got to say, this goes out to Black Dread, Prophet Kwaku, Dr. X. They were on the case of British Music Congress. We organised the march. The problem that I had, I was disappointed, and the reason why I was disappointed is that the turnout was very poor. It was good for like about 200 people, but why I say poor, for the amount of record shops that we had at the time, the amount of distributors we had, the amount of radio stations that were playing reggae music, I felt that the turnout could have been, which should have been, a lot more. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the problems that we have to see when we're tested. These people are watching to see, let's see your support. If your support is very strong, you get what I mean? I can see it with the same with the case. If it's only if there's not a lot of support, if there's not a lot of what we could call, say, outrage, if there's not a lot of how can I campaign about it, they look on this they start looking at a link to break it, and that's what I see when you see someone who is strong. They always go to break that link with that person, and if he doesn't get the support, and if he doesn't get the, how can I say, the publicity, then they look at that. Well, you know what? We've got him. We'll go after the rest. That's my point. Because when I saw this thing with the reggae music, the murder music, there was a lot of people saying, a lot of the reggae artists sold out because they signed a treaty. They signed a treaty to say,
for sure, Bridget.
We won't
sing any songs.
We won't sing any.
Yeah, only Sizzler didn't sign.
Yeah, so you can see, but the problem that the artists have now is that after a while, monetary-wise, they're gonna sign it because they're gonna say, well, we've got no record sales. Most of the work, touring. You get what I mean? That touring, because Shabba, the amount of tours that were cancelled.
Yeah.
Now,
hold on, bro.
Yeah.
Let me say this right. You said that, and it's true what you said. It's true what you said, King. You said about
the link.
The artists. No, I'm saying I'm just breathing. Breathing for effect, dramatic effect. No, the artists signed it for the careers. Now, what I liked about what Sizzler said when they asked him why you never sign it, because they said the same thing, career, when they asked him. He goes, career? I was here before I had the career, man. We don't worry about career, man. I'll be here before I have a career, and I'll be here after career. We don't worry about career, man. We can make money. Don't need music to make money. That was what he was implying. He didn't say it. Because I don't need music. Hold on, man. He said, we don't need music to make money. We're here, man. We're still going to be doing works regardless. And that's why I respected Sizzler, because he didn't make it about money. He made it about the people, man. We have to speak the truth to the people. And now he released a serious song, really attacking.
Yeah, I thought
serious. He was putting a beer fire on them, like they went the opposite way. Being a man bounce.
Don't apologize to
no. Right, that was a serious song, man. Go on, Supreme.
Yeah, I remember that being played. Now, one of the things I was going to say, at the same time, Eminem came out with some homophobic lyrics. They never went after him.
That's right.
They went after. Why do you think they went after the reggae industry?
Because it's independent. That's why we run it for ourselves. Yeah. We created our own success through that. We didn't have to go through no majors to make it popular. That's why, King.
So they begin to realize is that they can attack reggae music because they see that it's not an organised structure.
Yes. All the record companies not organised. You're absolutely right, King, and I totally agree with that. But if they had the strength of Sizzler, all these artists, and it's again about the unity. You used a comparison about Kwaku and those brethren doing the protest or whatever. Yeah. If they see more numbers, then they can't do anything. Now the reason Eminem is protected because there's a big body of people backing him up, King. And that's what we need in reggae. We need to have all them artists support each other, because they've got plenty of money, they've got plenty of support individually as artists, and together the body of people who support reggae music will support all those artists. Make them talk. No, make them talk, man.
No, there's one.
Hold on. Go on, man.
Just saying,
Come on,
for
man.
another example, what Supreme was saying, if you look at like artists like Marilyn Manson, the people who are singing about the devil and the heavy metal, the metal artists, they're allowed their freedom of speech. They're allowed to publicise their corruption and their misbehaviour. They're allowed that. If you look at the PlayStation games, they're allowed to promote killing and murder. So it's a double standard here. Where one side can say anything they want. You look at all the films that are being produced, the most killing and most corruption, and another side tries to express its opinion and it's shut down.
No, you're right, Bridget. I remember that Ludacris, who's a rap artist, who says flack things, man. Bill O'Reilly, who's on Fox TV, I'm sure you know, he protested that Ludacris was getting this great advertisement deal with Coca-Cola, one of them nasty drinks. So they got rid of him through Bill O'Reilly and people like that putting pressure on him. And then who did he get? Ozzy Osbourne, one of the most foul-mouthed, nasty, dirty bungles who bites animals' heads off. Bill O'Reilly never said a word. So this is the kind of hypocrisy we're talking about. Again, Donald Trump said when those white racists were protesting about Robert E. Lee's statues of Maine, leader in the Confederate War, the Civil War in America, when he was protesting that and one of them killed an innocent person, he said they were very fine people on both sides. That's what he said. But when those Africans, brothers, put one knee down, kneeled down, just to protest against racism and police brutality, he called them sons of bitches. This is the ridiculous world we're living in, and that's why we can't be signing no things for them, these bunch of hypocrites. Supreme.
Yeah, I just wanted to go back in a way of what I see as protest. I remember, Centre Prize that was on Stokely into Kings and I Road. Now, one of the things that we as people, I find that what we have, we just don't do marches and we don't do protests, right? We don't. Well, apart from the reparation march, when the pensioners are talking about the cold or the radiators or the, what do you call it, their heating bills are high, they'll go on march. When there's a tree, like what Greenpeace will chain themselves to trees, right? One of the ways I see protest works for us, we don't like marches, is to support the person. Like say you've got your book out, buy your book. You see, like Emmanuel had the bookshop, go and buy a book. Support him, give him profit. Same with the music industry. When they were fighting Shabba and Shabba's career is going down, the best thing we could have done is buy his music. Keep buying his music. Let them
Buy Needle-Eyed.
What?
Buy Needle-Eyed.
What do you mean?
Well, you said keep on buying his music, so buy songs like Needle-Eyed. Do you know what that song is?
No, that's not him.
Shabba Ranks sings a song called Needle-Eyed.
Okay, but what I'm saying,
rum, that's what it rhymes with. Needle-eyed rum.
Yeah.
So you want to buy that song then, Bridget?
No, but what I'm trying to say, if because it's not an attack on Shabba,
right?
It's an attack on reggae music. That's what you have to realise. If he is the leading artist at the time, and you can pull him down, do you understand? What about all the other artists that are behind him? You get what I mean? Because a lot of tour dates were cancelled, a lot of venues were cancelled. You got to look at one thing. England is famous. They just love money. They just love money. They love taxes. They love revenue. They love. But yeah, that's just my way of supporting a cause. Is to support a station. It's finance, it's economics that we have to support. A radio station, or someone's actual case that's coming up. now we have things like GoFundMe and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we have to look at this case is going to cost him. So let's do some kind of fundraising, donations. You may not say turn up at the court case, but what I'm saying, there has to be that support financially, as well as, the armchair warrior saying, yeah, ain't right, this ain't wrong. Anyway, Jammers, let me bring you in.
No, every point you said is 100% correct, and every revolution is started by the people. You sitting home and listening to this, you are the revolutionaries. It's not started by a single individual. It's started by the people, and it is key. It's the monetary situation. When the authorities see a number of people standing outside an event, they're not looking at a protest. They're looking at the implications financially that it's going to cost them, and how it's going to affect them financially. So when you come out in supporting, you're showing wealth. You're showing power. So we need you as the listener to come and make this statement and come forth on November the 6th. The power is in your hands. Don't forget it.
Yeah, once again, this is Rise to the Occasion show, Raz Minty, every Tuesday from the hours of 8 till late, I do believe. And in the studio, we've got Jammers. The etymology is... one thing I found out, Jammers... looking up words, right? They said anything that ends with ology is a scientific research of something. Is that true?
You could. Yeah, that's probably a correct statement, because that's what we have to do. We have to look at the parts of the words, because inside the parts of the words, this is what we do. The first step towards freedom is to look into the sounds of the words. So yeah, it so says with a form of reasoning in relation to science.
Yeah, when someone says numerology, it's the science of numbers.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just read out sponsors, and we've got Abu on the phone, so we're going to bring Abu in just in 2 minutes after we've read out the sponsors. I want to big up Handyman Discount Stores. Handyman Discount Stores. DIY enthusiast. That's Handyman Discount Stores. 72 up to the name, Forest Gate, E79LW, telephone 0208 472 2393. There's free local delivery. I want to big them up. Right, Jammers, you want to mention your book? Yes,
etymology, as we said, we've got to invest in ourselves, and we have to create products that excel. It's not just about me making personal profit. There's another design behind the mind of the book. So basically, books have the potential to make millions of pounds. So all you have to do to make us £1 million is buy a copy of the book and tell your friends about the book, and we can have £1 million. Sometimes it's as simple as that to cause a revolution. Look at Harry Potter, that's driving the youth's potty. A book written by somebody you don't even know. Look at Stephen King, who's putting fear in everybody while you can't even sleep at night. You see, so basically, this is a book that's trying to put your mind right. So basically, it breaks down the roots of words that they teach in grammar school. That's why they are so successful, because they learn grammar. They don't teach us grammar. That's why our children have problems, because basic communication starts with the words. So this book breaks down the meaning of the words. If you want a copy of Etymology, the Roots of Words, just text Rasminty on 07497 069 702. Also your name as well, that would help. So once again, 07497 069 702 to get a copy of the Roots of Words. Let's make £1 million.
Okay, enough respect, Jammers. Thank you. We've got Abu on the phone. Hello, Abu General.
Rise up, family. How are you?
Yeah, we're good, We're good, Hold on, let me just make sure we can hear you to the fullest, man.
Rise up to the breaking never.
Respect every time, man.
Okay, every time, King. Every time we're going to maximise this food and just get you volume up.
No, that's
yeah, keep that up though, because my man's going to talk. Okay, Abu, we're going to try and get you on. Sorry, what was that, King? Sorry, King, say that again. We got you now.
I said respect to behind them and also respect the Conscious Radio.
Yes, I. Yes, King. So, Dr. Abu, we've been just discussing your case prior to your calling. We've been discussing your case prior to your calling, and we just want you to give the audience the heads up on what's happening on November the 6th and why it's happened, please, my brother.
Well, the reason why it happened really is about that hearing at the moment. You know, we're trying to do things for our people. You understand?
Yes, I.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, King. Go on, talk, man. We're listening.
Okay, we are doing things for our people that if we don't do it, nobody will take care of us. You know, it's not an easy road. But somebody has to do it. The establishment is illegal.
It's channel 3.
Abu?
Put it online.
Yeah, Abu?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Abu, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
No, hold on. So, Abu, just hold on 1 second. We're just having a few technical difficulties. Can you just get us so we can get a level, please, Abu? Could you just repeat what you've said, my brother, please?
I said, the things then that we're doing for our people, you know, the establishment see it as illegal. You understand? And everything that we need for ourselves seems like it's illegal, man. You know?
Yeah.
But we can't give up.
Yeah, no, that's right, King. We can't give up, man. We can't give up. You're right, King. So what's happened? So what's happening on November the 6th exactly, King? Please tell the people and tell us how we can support you.
Well, it's the inner city crown court we're going, and we have to go really play our case why we exist and why we think that we should exist.
Yes.
You understand? And what I'm saying, you know, our parents come to this place and put the great back into Britain, and then I get nothing out of it, like. You understand?
That's right, King.
You know, when our people then listen to stations like Galaxy, Concious, SLR, and then station, it kind of gives them back a self-worth.
Aye.
You know?
It's key.
You give them back a self-worth because I've been in the Caribbean, I've been into Africa, I'm here BBC World Service now. You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely, King.
And here we are in our country where we're born. This is where we're born here. We never asked to born here, but we do born here.
Yeah.
Yeah? And we have a right. You know, we have a right to express ourselves. You know?
And that's key.
Other people get right and they haven't done anything. Look what our parents come to this country and done.
Yep.
They put back the great into Britain and we sit down and we allow them to just dribble on the wayside like they haven't contributed nothing here. Galaxy Radio is dedicated to our parents. If it wasn't for our parents, there wouldn't be a Galaxy.
That's true, King.
You understand? And
Yes.
I've got me a look on. I now go to the court in Jesus' name. I'm going to the court in my parents' name.
Yes.
You understand? I now go to the court in Marcus' name, not Selassie name. I go to the court in my mother name and father name. You understand?
Yes.
And this is the way, you see, the reason why we have been treated this way on the bridge is because we're still running the slave narrative.
Yes. That's true.
You know, we're still acting as if they run the plantation and we have to just go along to get along. But we have a right to.
Yep. Because their whole design is to eliminate us in what they're doing, you know. To eliminate us in what they're doing, because they don't have our interests at heart. They're using our investments, what we put in for our parents, through what's happened through the past, through the slavery. You know, they brought us over here by force, and they've used us to develop their society. But now their plan is to eliminate us. The plan is to eliminate us, because if you look at how the modern workforce is constructed, it's based on the computers. It's not based on labour no more. So the people who were used, they're getting used less, becoming useless. So the first people to lose their jobs is the people who do not fit in with the society, how the society is set. And the society is set for these... The society is set for the people who are in power to maintain their power. It's not set for set for us who helped to build this country to make it what it is today. So we have to start to make a stand and come forward on the 6th.
It's set for us if we are willing to be an overseer.
Yes.
You understand? You know, you see some people out there and tell you how successful they are, but they don't care about the people, blood.
Right.
You understand? You know?
Yes, King. Abu, listen, tell the people where the court is, the address, the day, and what they can do to support you on the day, because I know we can make character statements or be a witness or something like that, but please you explain it in your own words, please, King.
Well, if them go on and support galaxyofluid.com, they will see where them can make them own contribution. You know, as for the witness, we already surrendered the name already. You understand? But but it's good if ones and one turn up, you know.
Yeah.
Like the support.
What time is it, King?
You know, it's 9 o'clock.
So what is it? The inner? What is it? The inner? Whereabouts is that? Because I'm not a London man, so I don't know
Elephant, where. It just when you go Elephant, you go up Barrow, like you're going up Barrow.
Yeah, towards London Bridge.
Yes.
Right. So it's along Borough Road. So when you're coming across London Bridge, it's between there and Elephant and Castle.
Yeah, between there and Elephant.
We'll find it, because we just asked people, man.
Borough Road, which
Borough
is
Road.
BROOUGH.
Jamas know it, you know.
Yeah.
It's there.
The address is on the Speakers Club channel.
I'll give it to you, man. Doggy at the back, you know. You know, for real, you know.
Give us the address. No, give us the address, because what we'll do is we'll be till the 6th of November. We'll be talking about it and promoting it, and I'll get the address for next week certainly, and we'll certainly be discussing it and talking about the implications and the ramifications of this case. You know, because as I've said to you and I've said all the while, you represent every community station. You're a representative. What happens to you happens to all of us, brethren. So we have to defend and support you in your cause, in your plight. It's of the greatest essence, King.
I'm glad I said that, you know, because sometimes one's one thing that we are not connected.
But that's why I had you on, so people who listen to Concious can hear that we love Galaxy. We support any station and any individual, just like you, Abu, who is talking positive things, who's trying to, as you call it, the de-brainwashing station, trying to change the minds of our people to know the true, beautiful African sound. So how can we not support that? That's impossible. Yes,
You said, Minty, if we look on things in a religious way, we will never support anything.
That's right, King.
You understand?
That's right, King.
We have to look on what's going on, right, through the eyes of us as African people.
Yep.
If we look through the eyes of anyone else, we ain't gonna solve any problems with it.
That's true, my brother. Know? That's true, King. You know,
and that's
Go on, Abu.
That's where we are today, because some people think that they're better than, know more than, richer than, and all of these dan. It's stupidness, blood, because I know you don't bring a fellow no man to the cemetery. You understand?
Yes, I.
And for the past over 2 decades, I host Galaxy in my flat.
Wow.
You understand? And I hear a lot of people come and read and I talk how many house them have, how many this them have, how many that them have, and I'm saying that can't we give something to our community? Because when I come to this country, when I born in this country, you have a house called Battersea Dog Home, and it never go bust yet.
A true king.
You understand me?
Go on, brother.
You know, and look at the state of our youth out here. Yeah? And how can we sit down and say that I am a millionaire, I have 5 cars, I have 6 houses, and the black community in this country have nothing.
Yeah.
And it take mental, right?
Yes, sir.
I always said it's willing and able. Those who are willing, they are not able, and those who are able, they are not willing.
Exactly. I say that too, bro. Exactly. It's true. Those who have the money don't want to help, and those who don't have the money have got all the energy. Yeah.
They don't care, my brethren.
You're right, King. You're right.
And we don't learn that the only people they can run back to is us. You know?
It's true.
Look at the history and you see how much of them did run away from us, and as soon as hardship hit them, where did they run back to?
You know what, King? A perfect example of that is Michael Jackson. He was saying it don't matter if you're black and white and all these songs, and as soon as you got this by the radio, the record company, he wanted the black Muslims, the Nation of Islam, to come and protect him with his court cases, so he had to go back to black. So you're absolutely right, King. You know, the only people who can support and defend our people is us, and it's only when they go through hardship they recognise this. You know, and I saw that quite vividly when Michael Jackson had the Nation of Islam round and when he had his court case, man. So you're absolutely right, King. We have to support one another. It's an absolute must, because no one else is doing it for us.
It's the whole thing, my brethren, right? We learn that we are our brothers and sisters.
That's right, King.
But it's not true, blood. That's slavery. We are one another supporter. I'm not prison ward. I'm not here to cheat nobody. You understand?
Yeah.
What I'm saying, my brethren, the thing then, if we are doing things and it's just religiously, religion not build nothing, you know.
That's right.
You name me one religion we're building up.
Well, no religion has brought freedom to our people as such, man.
Not all.
Never.
You understand?
They've only oppressed our people. Jammers, do you want to say something?
No, because it's only endorsed that it's essential for us to be there on the 6th of November, and we have to take interest in ourselves. We have to defend ourselves, our youth. We have to stand up for our youth, because they're looking at us as an example, and if our example is to just let somebody else dominate us, this is the cause of the problem. This is why they're at a lost state. So let's make a stand and be there on the 6th. So yeah.
Listen, the whole thing means, right? We're not just only a station, you know. Some of us sit on the youth referral panel down here, you know, where the court send back young people, first offenders.
Yeah.
So we have to sit with them. We have to get them get them into school, get them proper rite of passage and things.
Sure.
This is not a paid job, you know. This is I'm doing this since 2000, blood. You know. And it's voluntary. So if we can do certain voluntary in our community, that's not about the money, blood.
True.
You understand? I know many men out there have money, and they can't even get the erection. So when money are not used to it, You understand?
Oh my goodness, that's so funny, Bridget.
No, you understand? We lost the point, blood. You know, see, we are in a society where we hear all African man about, one no woman, about, one no man. We are running with other people's narrative, blood.
That's right, King.
Our parents, what to say the things and what we are saying to them, none of us could exist. You understand? You know, and I personally will honor those elderly people. I don't care if they want to say Jesus, but I now take it from my peer group and no one else.
Yeah,
I now take the argument on Sunday.
No, and I agree with you 100%, man. It's like I heard you talking about honouring your mother before. Well, this concept of God, and I agree with you full 100, because your mother carried you in the belly for 9 months, and they were protecting you for 9 months, because it's not no easy task carrying another life in your belly, you know what I mean? And then popping you and protecting you till you grow into a big man. That's the closest thing to divinity. Not no spook in the sky that we can't see or we've got no evidence of. It's madness. It's madness, Brethren. So yeah, we were on the same page 100%, King. You know?
Listen, Mentor, right?
Go on, sir.
I born here and grew up in Jamaica, right? And in Jamaica, I see the register slip them that come from here to support those over there. You know? And when they come here and realize that these people wasn't making a bag of money, but them still are saying something true. Them still are saying something true to make certain things run. You understand? You know? And to consider what they go through. You know? I'm telling you, sometimes it grieves my heart to know that our parents was invited here. And when them come here, even the law was against them.
That's right, King. That's right.
Yeah?
Yes.
And today, those same people have children who have law degree, barrister and all of these things, and then can't come up with a way how they can really sue these people for the abuse of our parents. It's abuse, blood.
Yes,
You understand? And we can't ignore that. We can't ignore that because I see people get arrested for abuse dog. If you go to Battersea to get a dog, somebody gonna come to your house to make sure that your house is very acceptable to receive the dog. You understand?
It's true, King. It's true because...
Look at it, blood.
No, Go on, King.
When you look at it and you see that a set of people come here and contribute, yeah? We have all these days. We have this day, that day. If we, as Galaxy, never put in our parents' and ancestral day, you understand? A lot of these elders would feel that they haven't contributed nothing in the society.
That's right, King. That's right. It's funny, because I saw a case where, and it's just showing you that like they deal with dogs better than they deal with humans, which is what you're saying. A cop kills a black man, no jail sentence, but a black man killed a dog, and he got 40 years in America for killing a dog. So that's a Eurocentric phrase, isn't it? A man's best friend is what his dog, isn't it, man? That's what they say. So they deal with dogs better than they deal with I, Jammers.
No, I just have to endorse both of what you said.
You never see the policeman that gets prosecuted. I think he lock up the dog in the car or something like that. You never get prosecuted to beat up a black man.
This is the mad society we're living in.
I just have to say this is it. The society's not got our interests at heart. We have to save our own self. We're like an endangered species, So we have to save our own self by investing in ourselves, know. So, but we're with you all the way, you know, in your fight, in the struggle for our freedom. You know, we can't look at history; we have to define our own reality. You know, to support Galaxy.
100%, man. 100%. Would you go on, Abu? Go on.
Listen, I have to rise up in brother Carl Grant, you know. CTJ, Campaign for Truth and Justice. Mm-hmm. You know, brother Carl. Brother Carl is the brother that killed his child in King College Hospital. You remember?
Sorry, King. What was that? I didn't quite catch that. What did Granty do?
Carl Grant.
Carl Grant. What did he do?
His son.
Yes.
The one that get murdered in King College Hospital. I don't know if you remember that. He's the brother that really worked with me, you understand?
Right, King's College Hospital. We never hear. Wait, is that recent or is that some time back?
Man, it's going on. If you look out there at the High Court, you see my campaign.
Right.
You see banner and all of these things.
Right.
That's a brother with principle, blood. He could have taken the money and run.
Seeing King, seeing, but he's still campaigning and still
campaigning.
Right.
For others also.
See it there, King. See it there.
The people like those really inspired me. You understand? The grassroots. My inspiration comes from the grassroots.
Of course, King. Every time, man.
You understand? All of them when you see make it. If it wasn't for the grassroots, they wouldn't make it.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Brethren. Well, I mean, Galaxy comes from the grassroots, Concious comes from the grassroots, SLR.
Right here,
we're all
right here.
You know what I mean, King?
Anthem.
Omega, SLR, all of them are grassroots. We're all street people, man. We're all from the streets, and we try to make something of ourselves, man, and represent our community in a positive way, man. You know what I mean? And it just we have to support Abu on the 6th of November, man. So what we're going to do, we're going to be every week until the 6th, we're going to be talking about it and telling you where the listeners where the place is, the exact date of the inner court in Borough High Road. And we're gonna definitely try and rally up as much support for you as possible, because you represent all of us as far as I'm concerned, Abu. So, is there any last words you'd like to say, Abu, to surmise what you've said?
I am, because we are.
Right.
Because we are. Therefore, I am.
Rastafari.
You know?
Rastafari.
All the time, and I'll see you on the 23rd, my brother.
Yes, I forgot about that, man. Yeah, let me find the information for that, man. Yes, before Abu goes, we have an event on the 23rd of November. We've got another one on the 18th. I'm going to get the information for that. We've got an event on the 23rd of November. It's a discussion on the role of religion in the Caribbean, in Caribbean history, with the author Patrick Hilton, and on the panel will be the wonderful Abu who's talking right at this moment from Galaxy Radio, Amazing Grace from Slam Radio, and DS Jammers will be on the panel from Bless Radio, and this brother is coming over from Jamaica, Patrick Pops Hilton, to talk about the way religion either benefited us or negated us in the Caribbean and in other parts of the world too. So that should be a fantastic, interesting debate. Go on, King.
I like Patrick, because Patrick speaks the truth. Patrick tells us that the education enslaves us.
Absolutely, King.
You understand? A lot of people not gonna like that.
No, it's true, Bridget, but the education can also free us. Education about ourselves, man.
You know, see? You know, see? You know, we never get education, you know, we get deterioration. We have classes.
What do you get? Deterioration?
We have classes.
Deterioration, I like that, Bridget.
Deterioration.
Miseducation we are get, man. Definitely, King. Yes,
I think, you know, we have some brilliant scholar amongst us. We have Jammers, Etymology.
Respect every time.
And all of these things. So if we don't really grasp these things and move forward, we will still be in a man when the dictionary are trying to lay this future.
That's right, King. That's right. you know. Okay, Abu, I want to thank you for your call, man, and we support you, we love you, we respect you. You're a giant in the community, my brother, and we will be talking about it every week until the case comes, man. And I'm sure Supreme will mention it, because actually it was Supreme who brought it to light to everyone in Concious, really, in a sense. We have a group every time.
All the time, blood.
Yeah, so... Okay, I think Supreme wants to say something to you before you go, King. Go on, Supreme.
Yeah, I was just going to bring into the arena about, let's say, BBC and radio licenses and TV licenses that we all seem to contribute, right, by force, that we have a system that we pay a license for, but we're not represented, we're not seen, we're not heard, but yet we're paying into their system. So one of the angles and arguments that I see is that where is our representation on radio and on television when we're paying into the system? Yeah, that's an angle that I see with media, because we pay but we don't see it. So once we pay, the way I look at it, we're a stakeholder. We have a say. But they have twisted it and turned it around, like, you know what, you don't pay this what do you call it, this license fee, we're going to take you to prison. We're going to not take you to prison, we're going to fine you. We're going to have TV license detecting on the streets.
Yeah, go on, Abu.
You see, I meet the elderly who have a free TV license, but you can't see the screen that good because their eyes no good, you know? They'll be a free license. You see?
Yeah, she should get one in it, man. Though, definitely. Go on, King.
Where Supreme say, right, is a serious thing, you know? Because what I'm saying, you know, and every institution in this country that offend us, we are in it.
That's right.
You understand? You know, we complain about the BBC, but you have a lot of black people in there who don't give a damn about black people. You understand? All of the past journalists and news presenters, them have they set up an academy of journalism for the black community?
Yes, go on, King.
These are the things. These are the quality and the experience where those presenters should be taken back to their community. And I want nobody to come put on damn red nose for me and turn me into a freak. You understand?
Yes, I.
And this is where we are today, because a lot of us think that we are so brutish. You understand? That our African values doesn't mean nothing. You know? But I give thanks to stations like Concious, Omega, Galaxy, SLR, and all the other pioneer stations out here. Sure. Because that's what we are.
That's right, man. We're one, man. We're one. That's it.
You know, and I'm telling you, the generation that is coming will read about us. Just like how today we are reading about Marcus Garvey and Madame Moshet and Bagawaya, because there's a lot of Bagawaya run out stuff. So we can't just look and say what's don't go. We have to look on some of these overseer blood.
Yes, I. Definitely, King. Definitely. Yes, I.
You know, because wrong is wrong. Whether black or white, is wrong.
That's
but
right.
when we appreciate the wrongness, you know, what I'm saying, a lot of people in this country, black people, African people, is paying the mortgage off for the misery of the own people. You understand? And they don't care. It's like a man sit beside a load of filth, eating a burger and don't care.
Yes, I.
You know?
Yes, I. Serious thing, man.
But I now give up, my brother.
No, and
I don't give up.
we got you. And we're supporting you 100% as well, King. You know, as we're not giving up, we have to support others who don't give up. We have to show that solidarity, that togetherness, that fraternity. We're with you 100%, King. I'm actually definitely going to be at the court. Hopefully I don't get there late, but 9 o'clock is to get to. But I'm definitely going to make an effort. I'm definitely going to be there, actually, because...
Well, I'll tell you something. You have people from Manchester, Raider Diamond, Queen Tayuto, Brother Dexter, and all of them people. There's quite a few people, you understand, supporting the cause. You know?
Okay, you've just said it right there, King. So if they can come from Manchester, then there's no excuse for us not to come from London. Okay, so
you know,
I'm definitely there.
I even get called from Sweden.
It's brilliant.
Wow.
The powers, man. The powers, King. The powers, Dr. Abu, man. You have it, man. You have it.
I get, even from Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
Yeah? Because you know that if we don't resurrect our voodoo, as I said, I'm not going to quote in on Jesus' name in the blood. I ain't going into that, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, King. Definitely.
I ain't going on my knee and ask no Lord to save me.
That's right, King.
Because of the same Lord that was sentence for you and I. As them are doing it, so we have to be careful what we ask for. You know? I wake up in the morning, I pour my libation, and I ask my ancestor and my mother and father, you understand, to pave the way for you. And I'm waking up milk and now, their money in and sky and I know that.
Definitely.
Business, yeah.
Definitely.
You know? But once again, I give thanks to the then.
No, you're welcome, King. We're more than happy to have you on here to explain what's happening and your own perspective and your own ideas, man. It's of the greatest importance, so that people can know you're a real revolutionary, and it's very much of the greatest essence to support you in your cause, because your cause is our cause, man.
Well, it's not me, because we have chief for come by. And the other rest of management and you understand? So it's all of us, my brother.
Yeah, no, that we are saving. If you one, you two, you three, it's all of us same way, King. That's what I'm saying. It's all of us. It's always all of us, man. It's that solidarity, fraternity, togetherness that we are deal with, you know, King. So I want to thank you, Abu, for calling in. As I said, for the next few weeks, we'll be mentioning it until the 6th. And we would definitely, and I know Supreme will be talking about it on the show tomorrow. And we're going to SLR later. And I'm going to be mentioning it on there as well. Definitely, we're going to definitely support you.
We can do that on Bless FM as well.
Yeah, on Thursday.
On Thursday, we'll mention it on Bless Radio.
We're spreading it, King, and letting everybody know what's going on, man.
Well, give thanks, my brother.
Naturally, my brother, naturally. Thank you for calling in, Abu, and we'll speak soon, my brother.
I know all the time, my brother.
Rastafari love every time. Thank you, King.
And I've got, as I said, I've got a term. We look at we put a lot of energy to history, things that we can't change, legends that we can't change. It's time now to put our energies toward living martyrs, people who are around, who are sacrificing their livelihood for our benefit. So I'm putting a call out to everybody to come forward on the 6th. Time for talking is done. Time for talk is time for action.
That's right.
Don't shun action. We've been talking and looking at history. Now is the time to create our own reality.
Yes, reality. So on the 6th of November, Monday the 6th of November, at the Inner Court in Borough High Road. What was it, Borough Road or Borough High Road? Borough High Street. It's the one where you just continue from London Bridge. It's where the London Bridge station is, isn't it? Just there on the same road, man. So it's along there. We're going to get the right exact information for you. I'll definitely be there, man. I've got to support this brother, man, 100%.
And you can also keep updated by going to the Speakers channel on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type in the Speakers Club, and you'll have the full addresses there. You'll be able to keep updated with all the interviews to make this a day that we have to come out in support of the great living martyr Dr. Abu Ratata.
At the time, man. So, my name is Ras Minty. This is the Rise to the Occasion show on Conscious Radio with special guest DS Jammers and sometime guest, the man called Supreme, who has a show tomorrow, 6 o'clock till 9 on this very same station. So ensure you tune in because he always does a fabulous show. The time is 9:44, so we've got 16 minutes left. This is Conscious Radio. The hotline number is 07539 602 999. That's 07539 602 999. So we're just going to round it off. Let me just read out this event. Find Your Voice in Nubia House presents a discussion on the role of religion in the Caribbean history with ace author Patrick Pops Hilton. And the panel will be the gentleman you've just heard, Dr. Abu from Galaxy Radio, Amazing Grace, who's a fabulous talker from Slam Radio, and the man called DS Jammers, who's presently in the studio.
Yo.
And Supreme's not going to be there. So, host, I just teasing Supreme. Supreme will be there, absolutely. Host will be the one Dougie Williams, our beautiful friend, and I will be a host. I will be mediating on the day. That's Thursday, the 23rd of November, 2017, at the Chestnut Community Centre, 280 St. Anne's Road, M15, 5pm. The time will be 6 till 9. We've only got a few hours, so get there on time because we can't wait till 7 for people to turn up. We're going to just start at 6 o'clock straight and done. Tickets £5. It was £7 on the door. Tickets available from Body Music. Dougie 07882 403 871. So Patrick Hilton will be selling his best-selling book, The Role of Religion in the Caribbean, and it will be on sale on the day. There will be stalls available, so just call Dougie 07882 403 871. Jammers, talk about your thing. Yeah, I've said the venue, bro. Sorry, King, I'll just say it again. Chestnut Community Centre at St. Anne's Road. Talk about your little book there, King.
Yeah, once again, Etymology, the roots of words, which breaks down the hidden sounds in the words and links the language back to Afrobet, to Alf, which is ancient Kemet. The number to call is 07497 069702. Once again, Etymology, the roots of words. Order your copy of the book on 07497 069702. You can also go to the Speakers Club channel to see a lecture that I've just put up there, and that's the Speakers Club. Just go to the YouTube and you can also keep updated with everything that Mint is doing and Supreme is doing. Speakers Club channel live.
So yeah, I'm just going to pick up the handyman discount stores. I just got to find the information.
I'm picking up Mantis behind the scenes, putting all the hard work in, setting up the Mastermind Intelligence Centre, which is an online where you can test yourself online on etymology and other subjects. Okay,
can you send us information about the classes you're doing for the courses you're doing, Jammers?
Yeah, we're going to be doing courses on the art of speaking, and just as I said, keep updated with the Speakers Club channel on YouTube. Also, the Mastermind Intelligence Centre, which is www.mastermindintelligencecenter, which is CENTRE.com, and you can go online and take some tests. It's all about developing your mind and developing our skills as a people. We have to start putting thoughts into action. And this is the essence of what we are talking about today, is sometimes the talking has to stop and action has to take place.
Simple things, King, simple things, man. So actually, please send me the information about the course so I can read it out, yeah? So we'll be reading that out and the course as well, King, yeah. Okay, big up Handyman Discount Stores. 72 Upton Lane, Forest Gate, E79LW. The telephone number is 0208 472 2393, and that's free local delivery. And Handyman Discount Stores, they cut keys by code. They have a variety of tools, a vast range of equipment, everything for the DIY enthusiast and the handyman. It's a small local shop with the superior stock, and I know Supreme buys enough tools, so and I know he's going to be visiting and supporting. It says keys cut by code.
No, car key.
Isn't that a key?
Some have immobilized at the bottom.
Okay, I'm going to text you the number so you can call them yourself, Regin, and speak to you. Of course. Doesn't mean you'll get them though, does it, man? Because it is 10 o'clock, so I doubt if the shop's going to be open.
I like
now.
the 24-hour service. You know?
Okay, Bridget. Well, you actually sleep too. So if I'm calling you, you're asleep at some time too. So you like it, but you're not giving it, Bridget. Stop it now. All right. So yeah, big up Handyman Discount Stores, fantastic shop, family business. Black people, so let's support our people. As Jammers has said, as Abu said, we have to support black business. We have to keep the pound circulating in our communities, like they claim the Jewish people do it 18 times, and Asians do it 14 times, and the Chinese do it 13 times.
No, I just like the principles of Kwanzaa. Collective responsibilities, cooperative, what is it?
Cooperative economics, absolutely,
So
King, absolutely.
when we look on these principles are out there, this is it.
But you see,
what you just said.
Well, you know what, yeah, but King, what you're saying is absolutely right, King. These are African principles.
Yeah.
These are the principles that made Garvey's movement flourish, which made Rasta flourish, which made the nation flourish, which made the Science Moorish Temple flourish. Enough organisations flourish through the very things you've just mentioned, King. You know, so enough respect, man.
And it's just
Go on, bro.
Basic survival. Every animal on the planet works together to invest in itself, and this is what we need to do, because actually we're a really endangered species. So we have to invest, and invest is not just money; it's energy and time. So basically, that's all we have to do is put our energy towards our own kind.
Yes, aye. So I just want to bring up Brother Henry. He says, "Hail Rasminti, the sister Ezlili Danto will be listening, and she's on." I can't check the information, Brother Henry. So. Big up. Hail bro Minty, bro Jammers. Do a shout out to IT, Sister Ezili. We've bigged up Sister Ezili, who may be listening. Big up Sister Ezili from Haiti. Enough respect. We're international up in here, you know. Definitely, it's international black redemption and liberation me I deal with, you know. So enough respect to the IT massive, because they were the original revolutionaries who followed African tradition and freed themselves. So we have to recognize that it's not through religion we're going to free ourselves, but through knowing ourselves as African people. I've got it, Jammers, it's okay. On the theme of so he says, do a shout. Yeah, okay. So big up, bro. And he says also, bro Jammers can conclude your book transaction. So you need to contact Henley, brother Henley. Yeah. On the theme of music and entertainment, mainstream. Hold on. Oh boy. Okay, I have to come out of this and then come back in. Okay, we've got a few texts, so we're going to just read them. Yeah. Yeah, on the theme of music and entertainment, mainstream music is controlled by white supremacy. So an example, Chuck Berry controlled his own music, copyright, that's right. Lee Scratch Perry. So did, who's the blind man? Not Stevie Wonder, the other one, Ray Charles. Ray Charles. He controlled his own music. Sam Cooke, enough of them, like James Brown, enough of them brothers controlled their own music. It's of the greatest essence, brother. Okay, well, yeah. Lee Scratch Perry, Mr. Neely Fuller, of course, the great Neely Fuller. That's who gave the ideology of white supremacy, and in the 9 areas: law, labour, education, entertainment, etc. et al. To what?
My show is based around...
On that, what, the one tomorrow, Bridgen?
No, it's always based on the
okay.
areas of control from your footage.
Okay, well, all right. Sorry. Yeah, let the people hear what you're saying, Bridgen.
Yeah, I said that's what my show is based around, the 9 areas of control, but I've added some because he hasn't put health in there. Health is one of the areas, and when you look at control, we're talking about vaccines, you're talking about, you know, diseases that seem to have come out of nowhere, like Ebola. In Jamaica they got the chikungunya. You know what I mean? Those things are, you know, even if you look up in the sky, they talk about the chemtrails. That these things are actually out there to do damage and control. Population control.
Yes.
I forgot, what do they call population control? Is it not Ebonics? There's a word that they...
Ebonics? No. Ebonics is the language.
No. It's going to come to me.
But it doesn't matter when you think about it. Let me read the text then. But I hear you totally, Supreme. So the 9 areas of people's activities is books, YouTubes, etc. To open our minds to the reality of the system. I'm not going to say what you said there. Colonialism, bro. And give thanks, you know, man. Okay, because we're running short of time, King, we can't read all your texts. This is Brother Curtis, yeah. Evening, brothers. Interesting debate. We need to unite them. We can attack them for their hypocritical acts. 100%, Brother Curtis. Thank you very much for your texts, King, yeah. This is from Nagash. Okay, thanks, Nagash. That's not relevant. Kieran Fear and Ras Minty, we can't hear you clearly. Oh dear. Well, hopefully you can now. Thank you for that, Kieran. Enough respect, King, yeah. What it is, the Supreme's a bit short to me, so we lowered the mic. So I'm leaning into the mic, basically. But it's all good. Kieran Fear, enough respect, my brother, and thank you so much for your text. Let's see if we've got any WhatsApps. Yeah, I think it was because I wasn't talking into the mic properly, man. Eugenics, but that's not population control. Isn't that to do with? Oh, it's killing people of colour, isn't it, man? It's letting Europeans be supreme, and it's destroying people of colour. So, isn't it also to do with cloning Europeans, eugenics?
I thought eugenics was population control.
Okay. Well, if you're cloning people, then you're making more of Europeans. But anyway, yeah, it is eugenics, man. Yeah. Absolutely. So thank you very much, Brother Henley. Okay, so we've got 5 minutes. Jammers, last words, man.
Also, Francis Cress Wellesley as well. But basically,
yeah, sure. Hold on. Just say what do you mean, Francis Cress Wellesley?
She speak clearly here, you know. She breaks down, you know, the root cause of everything is envy. Really, what their actions towards us is relating to envy. Sure. But what I like to leave the listeners.
And can I just add on with Francis Cress Wellesley that she was a student of Neely Fuller, and she spoke about the same concepts of white supremacy, the 9 elements, you know. And that just to add on to the jealousy, in a book she mentions about the albino leaving out of Africa and being upset by the dark-skinned Africans neglecting them, and that's how this envy aspect comes. Sorry, Brother James, go on, brother.
That's correct, and the word album comes from that as well. So, album? Yeah, album means to make white. That's what it means in Latin. So basically, when they sign up our artists, make an album that puts forward, like, you know, the rap artists put forward their concepts as well. What I'm leaving everybody on Conscious with, to be conscious of freedom from the known. Known means something when you don't own things. So you're putting your energies into things that you don't own. No own. So we want to be free from things that we don't own and start putting our energies to things that we do own. Absolutely. What we don't own, we can create things to own. So this is what we're going to do. Don't be left alone. Do something towards something to own. Thank you.
Okay, Supreme.
Yeah. I would just like to mention Dr. Joy DeGruy.
Yeah,
and she does
post-traumatic slavery syndrome.
Post-traumatic slavery syndrome. And I'm also looking at the case of Dr. Abu. To be quite honest, I would say that why I have to big up Jammers as well, because you had the debate, the Speakers Club, around arguments, and coming to the conclusion, right, I believe that if you're going to tackle someone on a certain level, you have to do it intelligently.
Absolutely,
because they're going to be expecting you to come with certain attitude, certain things.
Sure.
To say, well, you know, how you present in your case. So I would say one of the key things that I like is Jammers, when Jammers puts on, and the next one is about deceit, isn't it? Yeah. Minty's good at that one.
Yeah, so when I say I like Supreme, obviously I don't. You see how I'm trying to mash up my show, and he wasn't even invited to come in. He tried to sabotage the thing. Little wretch, you're a wretch. Yeah, no, thank you, Supreme. Enough respect.
And I'd just like to say thanks to Abu for calling in and telling us the case. So we're with you 200% on that. And the key element is it in public interest. So we have to show interest as the public to show it is in public interest. Simple. All you have to do is turn up on November the 6th. Thank you.
Okay, so there's no more messages here, even though the thing was buzzing like there was. So I want to pick up the man called Barry G, who's here. He's going to be doing a show from 10 till 12. Enough respect, Barry G. How you doing, King? So we're going to end. We heard the conversation. We're not going to go too deep now. We have to support one another. We have to love one another as black people, as African people, as Nubian melanated beings. That is what Garvey said. That's what Rastafari say. And that is what I say. This is what Jammer say, Supreme say, and the man called Barry G say the same thing. So on that note, we're going to love you and leave you. My name is Ras Minty. This is the Rise to the Occasion show. Till next week, Rastafari.
You need the right people like Ras Minty, the right people who know your identity, the right people who know your destiny. Just uplift all your dignity. Ha!